Hi everybody, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another Royal News video. If you haven't already subscribed and you decide that you like the content, please remember to hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me if you do. Hit the like button and hit the notification bell and you will be told when I've posted another video. So, welcome back everybody. The Statesman. Prince William, he just seems to be getting better and better with age, and I'm not just talking about his looks, I am talking about the fact that he is the future head of state and he is doing so much more for our country on a world stage than our current government. Now, as you guys know, I stay away from politics, so this is just giving you a heads up in this video. I'm going to be talking about Donald Trump, the president-elect. I am not being political. I am not trying to bring politics into my videos. This is all to do with just the crossover between several royal stories which do involve Donald Trump. And I just want everybody to, embrace the Christmas spirit and just respect that we don't all have to agree. So, that being said, those of you that are still here, let's get on with the fact that Prince William went over to the grand opening of Notre Dame. Prince William appeared alongside 1,500 world leaders and dignitaries when they flew into Paris for the opening of the Notre Dame Cathedral on the 8th of December. The 861-year-old Gothic cathedral was devastated by a fire back in 2019. Over 160 uniformed firefighters who helped tackle the blaze were also in attendance and received a standing ovation as they took their seats. It does, of course, look completely spectacular inside, but given it took £850 million, I like to think that it does look incredible as well. I mean, that's an unimaginable amount of money, but the majority of it did come from individual donors, which was people like Salma Hayek's husband, the billionaire. There are lots of people that invested their own money into the restoration of this incredible, beautiful and historical building. Now, it wasn't just the cathedral that everybody was marvelling at. All eyes were on President-elect Donald Trump as he made his return to the world stage. Joe Biden decided to sit this one out but sent his wife Jill with daughter Ashley in his place, and Brigitte Macron, the First Lady of France, was plonked as a buffer between Donald Trump and Jill Biden. Although in all honesty, I don't think they needed a buffer, as Jill certainly seemed a lot warmer and friendlier with him than she did Kamala. The French President Emmanuel Macron definitely rolled out the red carpet and seemed very happy to see Mr. Trump back in France. In fact, lots of world leaders genuinely seemed happy to see him and made effort. Well, except of course for Zelensky, who couldn't still even be bothered to wear a suit. I guess a tracksuit seems to be his uniform. Prince William and Donald had a warm greeting as they met at the ceremony with the former and current or new president. I'm really losing my words of what to call him here. I'm going to just call him Trump throughout the video. He patted William on the shoulder and lip readers were quick to pick up that he said that he was looking forward to talking later. And indeed they did. Both men later met for a long chat at the British Embassy, where when Trump arrived, he made a big deal that he was the one there to see the Prince of Wales and not the other way around. You can tell he likes and admires him just by the way that he greets him. Compare that to the handshake that he gave the French president earlier. I don't think he feels the need to do power play moves. He doesn't seem like he's playing a game. It was genuine warmth from both men. The president said at the meeting that they spoke for over an hour and that Prince William is a very handsome man and looks better in person. Well, I can personally vouch for that myself when I saw Prince William in person a couple of weeks ago when I went up to London with the camera. He definitely is a very handsome man. Trump said that he'd asked about Catherine's health and Prince William had said that she's doing well, and he also asked about the king. William said that his father is fighting very hard and that he loves him. Now, when I first read that, I was like, oh, that doesn't sound good. The king's fighting really hard, but someone has clarified. The reference was to the fact that he meant that the king is staying very active despite still going through cancer treatment. It didn't mean that the king was fighting hard against, obviously, the cancer. It can be obviously manipulated and twisted. So it wasn't a health update. All of the other details of their hour-and-a-half long chat, I believe, was generally just a personal chit chat because it remained completely private. It's not recorded. It's not going to be released to the press. The meeting was apparently arranged at short notice and was seen as a diplomatic visit to strengthen the UK and US relations and, of course, our special relationship. Lord alone knows I'm grateful that we've got Prince William to do that because, let's be honest, our Prime Minister Keir Starmer has been rude about Donald Trump. The Deputy Prime Minister has been awful about Trump. And David Lammy, our Foreign Secretary, has been absolutely disgusting about Donald Trump. And I haven't forgotten the fact that our Labour government allowed several, I think it was like 100 Labour supporters to go across to meddle in the US elections in the swing states, which I'm sure Donald Trump hasn't forgotten about either. And that might be why Keir Starmer decided to sit out the reunion at Notre Dame. Now, of course, it is no secret that Donald Trump loved Queen Elizabeth. He admired her. He has always spoken very lovely and kind words about her. He likes the King, he likes Queen Camilla, he likes Prince William and Catherine. I think on the whole, he likes all of the royals with the exception of two currently residing in, well, Santa Barbara, Montecito, New York. Who knows, really? Prince William is definitely turning into quite the important statesman, with meetings with the Emir of Qatar when they came over for their royal state visit, Cyril Ramaphosa just a mere few weeks ago, who is the South African president. This all happened in a matter of weeks. Obviously, he's stepping into the role and he's taking up more responsibilities and representing his father on a worldwide stage because the king still hasn't got as full a diary as what would be normally expected. But Prince William is the heir to the throne, and I think we're beginning to see the groundwork being laid for what Prince William is going to be like when he is actually king. The thing is, the royals are not political, and this also enables Prince William to excel at soft diplomacy. He can represent the UK as well as his father on the worldwide stage in a way that politicians just cannot do. Prince William one day will be the head of state, and it's very important to have strong relationships with other world leaders. The US has always been an ally, and the way our government, as I said before, have behaved, I'm very thankful that our royal family are making such an effort. Now, I, of course, have no idea on Prince William's personal feelings about Mr. Trump, but then we're not supposed to. I don't want to know what his personal feelings are. Prince William did what was right, and that is to ensure that the UK and the US relationship continues regardless of what president is in power. Now, the meeting is now being rumoured to have upset someone rather greatly. Apparently, he's angry and concerned about the get-together, and obviously, we're talking about Prince Harry. Apparently, Harry is not going to be too happy about these two meeting each other because Harry is still sweating a bit over his visa status. The Trump administration has made it very clear that they are not going to protect him in the same way that the Biden administration has. Harry and Meghan have long made it clear of their personal thoughts on Donald Trump and were reportedly devastated when he won the most recent presidential elections. If we go back to 2019, Harry showed in this one event he never had the maturity to be a working royal, let alone a statesman of any kind. In 2019, the president had come over for a state visit, and sulky, stony-faced Harry was glaring at the president in the corner of one of the staterooms. Bearing in mind he knew that the world's media would be there, but his strop was so great he didn't care. This is meant to be a man that was closer to 40. He behaved like he was closer to 4 years old. He made it very clear that he either didn't want to be there or the fact that he didn't like Mr. Trump, which, given the fact that he was then the president, it's so unbelievably disrespectful and just embarrassing to behave that way. Meghan herself had refused to attend because of her own personal feelings towards him, who once described him in an interview in 2016 as divisive and misogynistic. Harry had no excuses for standing there sulking like a toddler. Meghan at least got away with the excuse of the fact that Archie was a matter of weeks old. And not only that, let's not forget Harry's very own Forrest Gump moment sitting on a bench telling people who to vote for, to reject hate speech, to demand a new change, a call for decency. Basically, whilst they didn't name names, they were saying, get Trump out. And considering that he's a prince from the United Kingdom, a lot of Americans, whether they voted Democrat or Republican, didn't take to that too kindly. In a number of interviews, Donald Trump has made it very clear he's not fond of either one of them, mainly due to their treatment of the Queen. And he's also said that he can see that Harry is pretty much under the thumb by Meghan. No wonder they were devastated when he got voted back in. Given the number of police cars that we see provided to Harry and Meghan at various events, it's clear that they do get some level of US taxpayer-funded security. Whether it's just certain visits or all the time is unclear, but I personally think it's disgraceful. Celebrities pay for their own security. They can carry guns in the USA. He has a huge motorcade, sometimes between 3 and 7 cars, no matter where he seems to be going when you see him at any events. Chris Sanchez, one of their favourite bodyguards, is an ex-presidential bodyguard. They are multi-millionaires. Why the hell do these two think that the average day working US and UK taxpayers should fund their security, their lifestyle, their ego trip? Bearing in mind, Harry is still demanding, he's still suing His Majesty's government now. Harry wants his security reinstated, so UK taxpayers pay for him alongside American taxpayers as well. And then if he does get that level of security reinstated, I'm sure it means any country he visits, the government agencies will all have to work together. Harry does not want to pay for his own security. It's about status, it's about ego, and most importantly, it's because he was told no. All of Harry's complaints are little more than one big temper tantrum. Even Princess Anne and Sophie the Duchess of Edinburgh, who are senior working royals, do not have 24-hour taxpayer-funded security. So I hope that the Trump administration will nip any US taxpayer-funded help in the bud. Harry is no one of importance. He's not a diplomat. He's not a politician. He's simply related to the king. But so many royals in the UK are, and they do not get what Harry is demanding. Trump has made it clear that Harry will get no special privileges, especially after his unforgivable betrayal of Queen Elizabeth. It's very clear that Donald Trump respects and admires our royal family. But because of that, that's exactly why I think that people shouldn't get their hopes up that he's going to have Harry deported out of the country. I do not think he'd want to embarrass the royal family on a worldwide stage. Of course, it's going to be embarrassing for the king if his youngest son is deported from America. Let's be honest. Harry is not an important person. He is not going to be high up on Donald Trump's to-do list when he becomes the 47th president. Harry has just become another irritating celebrity with a huge ego that thinks that they are somehow special. Harry is little more than a champagne socialist. People might be willing to continue to give him a microphone, but he never has anything interesting to say. Harry is no more important or special than any other narcissistic celebrity in America, the UK, or around the world. So no, out of all of the new things that I think that Donald Trump has got on his to-do list, I don't think Harry is going to be very high up. I'd be very surprised if Harry is on his radar at all. Now, that being said, the biggest snag that Harry may have is the Heritage Foundation, who are continuing in their quest to have Harry's visa records made public. So far, it has been blocked on the grounds of Harry's privacy by the Biden administration. But when it comes down to Harry being given special privileges, being allowed to enter or remain in the United States despite admission of drug taking, he's definitely going to have lost the upper hand. Jill Biden is not going to be able to pull many strings for him. If Harry is kicked out of the United States, it's not going to be because Donald Trump has a personal vendetta against him. It's simply going to come down to the fact that it will be sending a clear message that the law must apply to everybody equally, regardless as to who their daddy is. Who knows? I mean, perhaps Harry can sweet talk Joe Biden to give him a pardon before he ends his presidency. I mean, time is running out. But as for the reports saying that Harry is going to be upset and angry that Prince William and Donald Trump met so publicly and had a private discussion, I don't think that he should worry, because I certainly don't think that Prince William would have thought once to bring up his brother. And if he did, it would only be to plead with Donald Trump to keep him. All I can say to that, America, is what I've said to you guys before. No returns on faulty or damaged goods. And I mean, if that doesn't wash with you, we've taken Ellen, you get to keep Harry. I mean, I think that's fair. So guys, that's it for me on this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back with you very soon. Take care for now. Bye.